Sometimes stuff happens that even doubting Thomas would have said, yeah, right. And if you tried to tell someone about it, they'd swear you were making it up. That's why we're lucky to live in a time where there's always a phone or camera ready to catch the craziest, most unbelievable moments. From totally absurd to straight up shocking. Today we're checking out clips that if they hadn't been filmed, nobody would ever believe them. This guy had just gotten home and was chilling by his front door when his dog suddenly decided the hallway was a bathroom. And to make it worse, the guy tried to stop him and just made it messier. What's wild is that he was in the middle of switching shoes, probably just got back from walking the dog, and the little dude waited till the last second to go number 2. Right there in the hallway, whether he was just back from the walk or about to head out. Seriously, bro, you couldn't hold it for 5 more seconds. This dude straight up laughed when his girlfriend said she was good at pool, that is, until she picked up the cue and wiped the floor with him. She hit the brakes so clean, every single ball dropped, no cap. She was just as shocked as everyone else. And her boyfriend? Let's just say he stood there in disbelief while his buddies roasted him hard. That's what you get for underestimating your girl, bro. He's never doubting her again, especially around a pool table. Out in rural Vietnam, a 96-year-old woman was sitting on her porch when she spotted something weird on the ground. She got closer and realized it was a snake. And not just any snake, a venomous cobra. She stumbled back, but grabbed her cane and went full action hero on it, keeping the snake at bay while it kept striking at her. Turns out Grandma's eyesight isn't the best, so she didn't notice what it was until it was almost too late. But still, she fought it off like a champ. Moral of the story, never mess with a grandma and her cane, even if you're a deadly snake. In 2018, Banksy's painting Girl with Balloon sold for over £1 million at an auction in London. But right after the final bid, something crazy happened. The frame shredded the painting right in front of everyone. Yep, Banksy had secretly built a shredder into the frame years earlier, waiting for the perfect moment to trigger it. Classic Banksy, trolling the art world with a huge middle finger. And get this, even half destroyed, the artwork later sold again for £18.6 million in 2021. Turns out destroying it made it 20 times more valuable. Banksy didn't just roast the system, he made it pay big for the honor. This little dude was in soccer practice, learning how to take penalty kicks, but ended up giving everyone else a masterclass. Instead of shooting the ball right away, he launched his shoe across the field like a missile, while everyone, including the goalie, cracked up and got distracted. Bam, he scored. The fake out worked like a charm. Even if the kid's not the best player, you gotta respect the hustle. Sometimes it's not about skills, it's about playing smart, and this kid played them all like a fiddle. During the 2025 Brazil Cup, goalie Rare from Maracana CE pulled off 2 epic saves against International. But the most insane part, his dad had straight up predicted one of the penalty styles and sent him a voice memo warning him about a Panenka move. Rare followed the tip, stood still in the middle of the goal, and blocked it like a boss. Even though his team lost 3-0, Rare ended the season with 7 saved penalties, more than any Serie A keeper. And yeah, maybe his secret weapon isn't just training, it's having a psychic dad. Everyone's addicted to their phones these days, and when you're out and your data dies, it's panic mode. But some guy in the neighborhood thought he'd be a hero and offered free Wi-Fi with a QR code on the wall. One dude scanned it, and a hand popped out from behind the wall and snatched his phone. Total prank, of course. The phone got returned, but still. Imagine if some shady dude used that trick for real. Lesson here: nothing's ever truly free, especially Wi-Fi. In Honolulu, Hawaii, a woman was walking through her house when a giant boulder came crashing in like a wrecking ball. No warning, straight through the wall. The security cam footage is insane. The rock missed her by just inches. She later said it felt like a miracle. You'd never expect to almost get crushed inside your own house. My therapist says to face the obstacles in life, but this is a bit much. This woman had just gotten out of a rideshare and was casually scrolling her phone in the middle of the street when boom. Something insane almost happened. Out of all the dangers she could have run into while standing there distracted, it was a massive tree that nearly crushed her and her kid. She managed to step out of the way just in time, like something yanked her by the collar. And get this, none of the motorcycles driving by were hit either. Even the car that had just dropped her off had moved a few feet and got away clean. Guardian angels were working overtime that day. No question. Modern medicine can get a little weird with all those high-tech treatments and miracle machines, but traditional medicine, still alive and kicking, and sometimes just as wild. In India, for example, there are bone setters who treat sprains, fractures, and dislocations without any medical degree. They're called concertadores, and the craft is passed down through generations. They use pressure, twists, and straight-up bone-cracking moves to fix you. It's been around for centuries, but let's be honest, pull up with a twisted ankle and you might limp out with a whole new injury if they miss. That's old school medicine with new age anxiety. This lady went to watch a horror movie with a friend, and that night, the terror didn't stop on the screen. I've seen people have nightmares, but this woman full-on dove off her bed like it was a burning building. Her husband and even the dog didn't even flinch. They'd clearly seen this happen before. Seems like horror movies unlock something in her brain that sends her into survival mode. At this point, the only thing she should be watching before bed is Disney Plus. If I were her husband, I'd be sleeping with one eye open or moving out. Most dogs freak out when they see a motorcycle barking, chasing, trying to bite the tires. Not this guy. This dog saw the bike, jumped up like he owned the place, and rode off like it was just another Tuesday. You might think the rider didn't notice, but come on, there's no way you miss a full-size dog on your shoulders. Truth is, the dog was probably already his, just hopping on for the ride. He looked way too comfy to be new at this. Still, it made for one heck of a viral moment. This dog's got style. A photographer in Parapara do Bom Jesus, a small town in Sao Paulo, spotted something seriously odd sticking out of a cloud. When he zoomed in with his professional camera, he saw what looked like a solid object hovering above the clouds, like a floating wall casting shadows in the sky. People online went nuts with theories. Some say it was airplane smoke from a weird angle. Others think it might have been part of a jet. But the coolest theory, that it's some kind of portal in the sky. Hey, until a meteorologist proves otherwise, I'm going with stairway to another dimension. In China, a family was chilling, enjoying their afternoon when suddenly, boom. A pressurized water tank exploded right there in their living room. Everyone freaked out. Water sprayed everywhere, soaking the floors, furniture, and even the walls. Thankfully, it was cold water and not boiling hot, or things could have gone from funny to tragic real quick. Moral of the story: check your appliances, people. You never know when something's ready to blow. On July 19th, 1994, Susan Montgomery Williams became a legend when she blew the biggest bubblegum bubble ever, measuring 58.4 centimeters. That's almost 2 feet across. The Guinness World Records made it official, and nobody's beaten her record since. She went on to appear on TV shows, flexing her bizarre talent. But in 1989, she got arrested at a concert for refusing to stop popping bubbles. Hardcore. Susan passed away in 2008 at age 47, but her bubble legacy lives on. She didn't just break a record, she became a pop culture icon, literally. It was supposed to be a peaceful night. Little Cannon, just 5 months old, was fast asleep in his crib until something unreal happened. Out of nowhere, a massive tree came crashing down on the house, right on top of the baby's room. The sound was like an explosion. His parents ran in, terrified, expecting the worst. But what they found was pure shock. The room was destroyed, walls cracked, furniture broken, but the crib, not a scratch. And Cannon, totally fine, not even a bruise. Call it luck, a miracle, or divine protection. Whatever it was, someone up there was looking out for that kid that night.